Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today I'll be unboxing and flipping through the Clarity Tarot. This is by Bel Senlle. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing the surname correctly. I'm not sure how exactly to pronounce it, so I do apologize if I pronounce it incorrectly. This is published by Watkins Publishing, and Watkins was very nice enough to send me this particular deck for the purposes of review. I'm so excited, so big thanks to them. And yeah, I'm really excited because this is a minimalist deck. I don't know, I'm in that kind of era where I'm really enjoying like the minimalist look of decks that are out there. So I'm excited to get into this. I actually, so because I got this from Watkins to review, I was like playing with the idea, because this is a black and white deck, right? And I was playing with the idea of pairings and what could I pair this particular deck with. I don't have any Oracle decks that are strictly black and white. Like I do have the Kim Kranz decks, the Oracle decks, and I felt like those would pair well, and I will show pairings afterwards in this video, which everything will be linked down below. You'll have the timestamps in the description box, of course, along with links for this deck. There's links also of ways to, there's a link also of ways to support me, and also a link to my other social media if you'd like to follow me elsewhere. And as I always say, following me on other platforms is a great way of supporting me. Also, subscribing to the channel, turning on the bell, and liking this video is another great way to support me, and it's absolutely free. So yes, so I decided, because of Tara from Cozy Core Craft, Cozy Core Tarot, what is her channel name? I'm like always thinking like, what is, because I know on Instagram she's Cozy Core Craft. So is that what her channel is here? Yeah, Cozy Core Craft. Okay. So because of Tara and the fact she uses this deck all the time, not this deck specifically, but this deck here, I should probably show it. I decided this would pair amazingly. Now, this is actually not a tarot. I don't know why it's called Morgan's Tarot. It's not a tarot whatsoever. It's actually an Oracle deck. It's a black and white Oracle deck, or rather white and black, I should say. It's published by US Games. It's 88 cards. And I ordered this off of Amazon and was like, why not do a double unboxing with this one that Watkins sent to me, and then this one afterwards, and then pair them together, because I think they would pair really well. So we're going to see. We're going to do that, and we're going to see. So this video might be long. I will have timestamps, as I said, in the description box below, so you can skip around if you wish. And then I do have a few other decks that I want to show along with the Clarity Tarot, because I feel like if you don't have the Morgan's Tarot, which again is not a tarot, in case anyone didn't know that, but they have these other decks, they might want to pair with this particular deck as well. So without further ado, let's get into unboxing this. So yes, in the back here, it says, this gorgeous tarot deck is designed for the truly modern reader. Clarity reveals the heart of the traditional imagery, stripped of monarchical hierarchy, binarism, and ageism, to allow any reader, beginner or expert, to access new visions, reflections, and power. The borderless design allows you to create visual landscapes and to deeply understand the elements of the tarot and the correspondences within them. The guidebook includes an introduction to the system of the tarot, focusing on the rules of visual language, such as symmetry, direction, repetition, and connections. Learn how to read the cards for yourself and others, including 4 suggested spreads, as well as how to activate the deck and open space. So this retails for £19.99 in the UK, $26.95 in the US, and $35.95 in Canada. So let's open this up. This did come like shrink wrapped and all that good stuff. I took all of that off, obviously. There is a ribbon in this particular box. It's just black on the inside. There's nothing going on, which is fine with me. I love the box though, 2-piece. Okay. The guidebook is like really small. My last card did get little dings because of the paper that was around it. It was a little too tight. So my last card got a little dinged up, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm kind of used to it. With hay house decks, sometimes the paper is a little too tight on them too. So this guidebook is very skinny. So I don't think there's going to be much information in here. Okay. So this is the table of contents. Okay, so we have an introduction. Bonding with the cards, framing. Ocular, spectacular, time. And then it just goes into the cards. So for the major arcana, you get 1 page each. Length depends on the particular card, I guess. You don't get any keywords or anything. It's just a blurb. So that we get that for every single major arcana card. Then when we go into the suits, we only get like a few sentences per card. For the numbered cards anyway. So these are all the numbered cards. And then the, what you call it? I'm going to call it the quartz. So the quartz have been renamed. Apprentices, pages, essences, queens. Guide is kings, and the alchemist is knights. Okay. And there's a little blurb for each. It's a very short. So the guidebook doesn't have that much information in it. And I guess because it's supposed to be a minimalistic deck is why the guidebook is, just very minimal, right? Because the focus is that you're supposed to focus on the artwork. And I think focus on your own intuition and things like that. So, yeah. That's why there's not supposed to be that much information. Of course, I will read from the guidebook after, like usual, so you can see what it does in fact say. So let's take a look at the cards. The cards are matte, which I really like. Very nice soft matte. Kind of has a bit of a sheen, just a bit of a sheen. But here we have the Fool. The Magician. I do like this because we do have all the symbology of the minors. High Priestess. I like this. We have a scroll. What looks like some kind of tarot cards, I guess. I guess this is supposed to be like the curtains that are usually in the back, which can be considered the veil. We have the moon. Some kind of like roots. Empress. Emperor. I do really like this. The Hierophant. Interesting. You have like these people just sitting. There's like a globe. The Lovers. The Chariot. Justice. the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Very hypnotic, in my opinion. Also, these look like 3 eyes. They might be actually eyes. Strength. The Hanged Man. Ooh. Death. Interesting. Feels like it kind of reminds me of oh god, what were those books that I used to read in elementary school? Oh god, now I want to find out what it was. I found it. They were called Animorphs. Okay, let me find a good photo. Here. Anyone remember, sorry, anyone remember like these? These books here? That's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of this death card. Because it kind of feels like they're morphing into something. Maybe a bird of some sort. Yeah, anyway. That's what that reminded me of. And I don't know. I wanted to mention it, but I couldn't remember the name of the books. And then I found it. Then we have Temperance. Interesting Temperance card. We have the Devil. Look, more eyes. More eyes in the darkness. Very interesting. The Tower. Very typical of a Tower card, honestly. Star. Interesting. Moon. Oh, I love this. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. Now for the minors, we start with the swords. And the swords seem to be depicted like feathers, which makes sense. I feel like typically there's several decks out there that depict the sword suit as feathers because, you know, they're very light. We have the 2. 3. Here we have arrows. So it's like arrows or feathers. Arrows. 3 of swords. And then we have the 4. 5. We have the 6 of swords. Interesting. We have like hearts and things. 7. Bullseye. 8. We're back to feathers, it seems like. And then we have the 9. 10. Page. Queen. King. And Knight. Interesting way of depicting. I wonder why they do it in that order with the page, the queen, the king, and the knight. I don't know if it says. Is this maybe a Thoth thing? That's what I'm wondering. If it's like a Thoth way of doing something, like in terms of the Court cards. Let's see. No, it doesn't say. Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything. Here, wait. Reading. Oh, here. Okay, so this is what it says for the core cards. I'll read you what the author stated. I also forgot to show you these spreads because they're at the back. I didn't know. Okay, so this is what it says. It says the core cards in this deck, also known as personal cards or figures, are related to the 4 elemental forces: air, water, earth, and fire. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, they're all, so it all, in the numbered cards, it says swords, and then when you get to the quartz, it's all air. It's all air. Interesting. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Wow. I need to pay more attention. Okay. In this guidebook, we also added their traditional names in tarot, such as Guide of Water would be King of Cups. This is just for you to get to know how I reach the representation and name, but feel free to relate them in open ways. Okay, so you can pretty much interpret them however you wish if you want to rename them. So a guide does not necessarily behave in the same way as a king, as their roles are different, and the hierarchical system they belong to are also different. So you will find new attributes to talk about these characters. Okay. Some people asked me about the order of the minor arcana. So we have created a special guidebook. Please feel free to email us through my website to inquire about it as part of this guidebook. Oh, I didn't write out the numbers explicitly as I wanted to be able to answer questions about dates and numbers without seeing them. So it was one of those things that I wanted to investigate with this deck. Oh, and then you can go to her website. Or their website, rather. I don't even know. Shouldn't really assume people's identity. Yeah, okay. Let me actually check out her website. Give me a second. Bel Senlle. Oh, that's an N, not even a V. Oh. Yeah, so I definitely pronounced her name wrong in the beginning. Apologies. www.belsenlle.com. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got in the free. Oh. Apparently you can get a guidebook for free on her website. Look at that. Interesting. Oh, is that it? Okay. Interesting. I'm going to have to read this. It's very short. Very, very short. Okay. So this is what I read. What she stated about the quartz. And then I missed, there's things to remember, and then we have an equinox reading. Transmutation reading. Worth reading. And some acknowledgments and about the author and her work. Okay. This looks interesting. I wouldn't mind doing that, actually. Okay. So let's get back to it. So yes. So the quartz are in the elemental for that. Okay, now we get into the cups. Okay. The 2. 3. Interesting. Interesting how we have 1 cup pouring into 2 cups. 4. Feels like there's a lot happening here. 5. Feels like different cups are not as full as the other ones. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then 10. Then we have the quartz. So we have page. It's in terms of water now. Queen. Guide, which is king. And then alchemist, which is knight. But like she said, you can really do or interpret however you wish, in whatever order you wish. Ace of Queens now. So we're in the Pentacle suit. We have the 2. The 3. The 4. 5. 6. Oh, I like this for the 6. Looks very like a crystal grid of some sort. 7. 8. 9. 10. Then we have the quartz, which again are in terms of the elements, so earth. So we have page, queen, king, and knight. Then last suit, we have the wands. 3, 4, I like this 6 of Wands. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we have the quartz in terms of fire. So Page, Queen, Guide, which is King, and lastly the Knight. Very interesting. I have to say, this is very interesting. Let's see. I'm pretty sure they're in terms of oracle size. So let me just grab an oracle size card because I do have an oracle near me. Oh no, they're actually a bit smaller. Interesting. Okay. They are a tad, just a little bit, like a smidge shorter and a little bit less wide than a standard oracle. Very interesting in terms of that. In terms of tarot, they are still much wider and a little bit taller than standard tarot. So, yes. Okay, let's shuffle this. As I said, the cardstock is matte. I really like it. My card there was a little dinged up. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Seems to be shuffling pretty good. I like the noise that it makes. Okay, I think that might be good. Okay, we're going to do strength. The 8 of Swords, and I want to read a court. So we're going to read 3 cards for this. Okay. In this particular order, the order I took them out in. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a bit, I think. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, strength. Let's see. Okay, strength. It simply states, all my potential and my desire drive myself. The lion, my power animal, raises its voice and it sounds across the horizon. The roar in the sky, the vigor and the rebellion, aggressiveness and its expression, the shock of the collision, stiffness caused by pressure. So that's all it says. So that's what I read. Very short and to the point. And you can see like the radiating sound here. The person, so the lion is representative of the self. So you see yourself in the lion. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, then we have the 8 of Swords. So in the swords. Okay, number 8. What does this say actually? Wow, this whole thing is like a whole story entwined in itself. So I'm trying to determine. 8. That's this one. So it says, perspective is required to trigger our criteria, starting by contemplating the way we choose to position ourselves before reality. We are acknowledging that everything is in the air, and that we are all part of an even bigger framework of stories and myths. That's really all it says. So I read this sentence here up until there, and then this is the number 8, and then I read the following sentence, which is up to myths. And then the rest goes into number 9, which, interesting way of writing the Roman numeral 9. That's actually not how you write the Roman numeral 9, but up until myths is what I read. So perspective to myths. But it feels like this whole thing is like one big information. And the creator, she just put the Roman numerals of where the sentences can fit with the card. But she did say that these meanings are not indicative of the cards themselves, and that you're really supposed to see or take what you get from the card itself. In terms of fire, guide. So guide of fire, King of Wands. It just says guided flare, embracing, protected, source connected, maybe too unaware. And that's all it says. I feel like this deck would be great to deep dive, because you really have to like sit and think about the imagery. Even though it's very minimalistic, you still have to think about what it is that you're trying to get from it, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think it's about sitting and deciding what it is you can get from the information that's within the image itself. It's supposed to be, I think, very intuitive, in my opinion. But I do really like this. It allows you to like really think, but also in a way just tune into your own self like that. So we're going to get into the Morgan's Tarot now. And then after I finish unboxing that one, we're going to pair them together and see how they go together, because I think that will be very interesting, in my opinion. Okay, so now it's time for the Morgan's Tarot. This is created by Morgan Robbins, illustrated by Darshan Chorpash. It's published by US Games. This is an older deck. It was originally published in 1970. I would have to check what edition I have. I think it's the 2009 edition that I have. Or maybe 2021, I don't know. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. Comes in a tuck box. We have the side here. On this side here, it says originally published in 1970, Morgan's Tarot makes a comeback with its retro black and white images and new age messages inspired by 60s counterculture philosophy. Intended to expand the consciousness of a reader, this unique 88 card deck depicts departs from the structure of traditional tarot with images and insights that can be enjoyed in any order. This to me is more of an oracle deck, not a tarot. When there's no structure, when there's no tarot structure, automatically it becomes an oracle deck for me. So that's what I plan to use it as. So everything did come shrink wrap like usual when it comes to US games. I'm going to put that here. We have a small little tiny booklet. Since this is an older US games deck, as you know, this is what used to come with the thing. So we have little blurbs for every card. The thing is that they're not in a particular order. Or are they? Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, okay. So they're currently in order of how they are in the book. But then, of course, when you shuffle them, they will no longer be in order. So this is going to be really hard to find because they're not in alphabetical order either. I think I might... What did that say? The Virgin Sun Queen. I think I might make my own guidebook with this and put them in alphabetical order. I think it might be better, in my opinion, just rewrite these little blurbs. But we'll see. We'll see if I do that. But yes, just tiny little blurbs. We'll definitely read from the guidebook after, and then at the back we have like the Celtic cross. And that's it. This guidebook is really not great. Like, I have several Tuckbox decks from US Games, and the guidebooks are really good, but this, whatever. So the title card in and of itself has information on it, which is really weird, but okay. This is the back. It says, "Love is God." That's what it says on the back. Okay. Sure. Then we have transmutation through union of opposites. Your mission is not yet complete. There are no mistakes. Stakes. Passion. Oh, wait. Get, have, lust. It is not what you do that counts. It is where your head is at. Go ahead. On, off. Do it now. I think I'll make a Buddha. Keep up the good work. Who am I? Whatever is right. Do not meddle in the affairs of wizards, for they are subtle and quick to anger. Think about it for a while. I still don't understand. Don't worry, you can do no wrong. Yeah, cutting your hair yourself, probably not the best idea. Or maybe someone else is cutting their hair, I don't know. Something's going wrong entirely in this. Someone is laughing at you. Okay. The one mind is rootless and foundationless. Mind. Death. Rebirth. Death. Rebirth. Interesting. Then we have heavy. Freak. Be careful going around curves. Somewhere there is an energy leak. Interesting. Ball. The Virgin Sun Queen. No trips without a tripper. Trip. No trips without a tripper. Trip. The Path. Oh, it's like a heart, but a maze. Blank. Interesting. I don't know if that's... Is there like a blank card? Okay, what was the last one? The last one was The Path. The Path. The blank card. Okay, there's actually information about the blank card in the book. Okay, interesting. What are you feeling now? Drink gold. What's happening? What is happening? Grass. And there I was surrounded. There's nothing you can do. Awake. Who is watching the cosmic drama? You are experiencing an illegitimate feeling. Okay. Okay, then we have mushroom, which I love because I love mushrooms. Down home funk. Okay. Nobody here but us folk. Why is this something that I would see someone say today? Rains? I don't know what this says though. Hold on, let me... I don't know what this says. It says my... I think that's a my... globe? I don't know. I think it just might be rains. Oh, slimy globe rains. Okay, or glob. Glob. Slimy glob rains. Okay, so this is slimy, which I can't even tell that that's what it says, but anyway. Or what, wait, yesterday's truth, or what was it I was doing a minute ago? Then we have your doubt is your faith if necessary. In your particular case, perhaps doubt. This may not be a perfect circle, but it is a perfect whatever it is. I think that's pretty close to a perfect circle in my opinion, but boo. Look at that face. Oh my god. And that mustache. Drug dragged. What? Power. You are a pawn. As above, so below. Maya, the field of the Lord. Okay. The dream. You are our God. Am I now? Do wacky do. Hand. It's a dog eat dog food world. Okay. So strange. Ignore the proceeding. These look like the cards from this deck. Far out. Eternal bliss. Stop. Not unfolding the way it should. The universe. Door to the Akashic records. There is no you. From here on in, there's nothing but a downhill run. Await further orders. That's what it says. And then it says orders down below. I don't know what this is, but I'm kind of scared. What is this? I don't like this symbol. Looks very Nazi related. Oh my God. Kind of scary. The whirling golden wheel. This is the symbol of all that is constantly turning and cannot be understood. Awareness of the whirling wheel, golden wheel, allows the rider to relax in spite of an inevitable friction. I don't know about this. I might not keep this in the deck because it kind of freaks me out. Actually, I might put it to the side. Speed. If there is a judge, you are it. Judge. And then it says law. There are no others. Sea serpent. Insignificant change. Wait. Looks like a robot. Yeah, the robot. Yeah, mechanical thinking will take you no further than the robot on this card can go. Okay, it's a robot. Forget it. The war has reached a critical point between Atlantis and MU. Okay. I come from a different planet. Tomato, potato, eggplant. Baba. This is a circle, I'm guessing. Let's see. No, O. This card means nothing, though it might occur to some that this card could be identified with the Fool in the traditional tarot deck. The Who Am I card actually corresponds to the Fool. The full meaning of the whole card is empty. The nothingness concept of Zen Buddhism or existentialism might be appropriate here. In various schools of thought, there is almost an infinite variety of nothingness. If anything, the card might symbolize the sun. Okay. This is central headquarters. The valley. Does consciousness ring a bell? Consciousness. Messages. Monday. Let George do it. Okay. Love. Pigs and fishes surround you. Tee. Okay. What is this? Haha. Oh my God. This reminds me of that TikTok. Oh my God. I don't know. He's a comedian. He does like stand up, but like his stand up is like auto-tune singing. And he does this bit where he like asks the audience to like say words of a song, and he's like, "Can I get an LOL?" And then I can't remember the rest of the lyrics, but like I don't know if anyone's seen that guy on TikTok. He's like all over my For You page, and it's so funny. This reminds me of that because of the LOL, like the ha ha ha, like LOL and things like that. Try to relax. Always remember this, and then lastly. Wordless. Interesting. Okay, so this feels like standard tarot size, maybe? Nope, shorter than standard tarot. Okay, so the same width. Same width as tarot, but shorter in terms of height. I love that, though. That's good, in my opinion. Easier to shuffle. So, oh yeah, very easy to shuffle. So it's like a kind of like a glossy cardstock, which I don't mind, as you can see this. But like maybe a semi-gloss, semi-matte, I don't even know, but it shuffles like a dream, which most of US games decks do, but oh, okay. I'm gonna read this one. I think I'll make Buddha. Okay. And then, no, I read this one already. Here, you are a pawn. I'll read these two, even though I've read a few already about the thing. Okay, let's zoom in actually. Okay, I think I'll make a Buddha. The inspiration for this card was a 3-year-old child's response to a question about what he would like to model out of the clay he had been given. That's it. That's the little blurb for this card. Oh my god. Okay, that is like the worst blurb I've ever seen in my life. This is all that was. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, let's read the other one then. You are a pawn. Let me find this one. Okay, you are a pawn. You may feel that you are being manipulated by a higher, more clever intelligence. In reality, nobody is doing anything to anybody. We all here together, although the rational conscious may not realize it. Ah, now that's a good entry. Come on. It's all in the mind. Yeah, that one sounds better. I do like this. I want to see how it pairs with the Clarity Tarot. So let's change it up. Change up the view and take a look at how it pairs with the Clarity Tarot. And then I have 2 more decks that I want to see how they pair with the Clarity Tarot. So we're going to take a look at that as well. So we have the Morgan's Tarot in the middle with Clarity Tarot on both sides. I really like the colors, obviously, together, the contrast between the black and white and then the white and black. I really like it. You can see like different focus with the oracle in the center. So we have a hand in between the Hanged Man and the moon. That's very interesting. I feel like, I don't know what the guidebook says for a hand. I guess we can take a look. But like just off the bat, I'm looking at the hand. I'm thinking of like what's being handed maybe to me. Maybe what I need to focus on in terms of that. It's going to take forever for me to find anything in this damn guidebook because there's no numbers, it's not in alphabetical order. Literally the worst guidebook I've ever seen. Let's see, hand, here we go. It says traditionally the hand is used in palmistry to determine what is or what will be. Okay, a hand can also be as a symbol of aid. Yeah, that's what I meant by like being handed to me. This card can be a sign that help is on its way or a hint that someone around you needs help. But I feel like with the hangman is about changing perspective, your perception, maybe accepting some things that allows you to be a little bit more open-minded. And then the moon to me is more about inner shadows, intuition, and things like that. So maybe maybe trusting, maybe opening your mind to trusting the things that you're being handed or being given. Yeah, I like that actually. I like it a lot. I'm really intrigued by how this is going to work with this deck because What? It's a dog eat dog food world. In between the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Very interesting. I'm really going to have to sit probably a lot with this particular oracle. I'm going to have to really like go through this and think about the meanings, think about what it says in the guidebook, and then think about my own meanings and how I want to attribute it with the tarot. So we have a new beginning in terms of thoughts and ideas and things. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which here it's a guide, but it doesn't always. She said, the creator, Bel, she said that they won't always be indicative of the true meaning of the king. So let's see, where is Earth? Where do we start? We start the swords and then water. Here we go. It says the figure has merged with the landscape. He traveled for so long throughout the mountains that his shape became that of a deer, so he could feel the depth and union. Interesting. I feel like it's being like showing how you can be successful in the world that you're in, and how, you know, the expression, it's a dog eat dog world, how there's a lot of competition, that it takes a lot of hard work to be, I guess, in that terms, successful. So perhaps you need to focus. You need to be a little bit more focused in the world that you're in. And that while you're trying to gain success and be successful, you have these ideas, but they won't always be maybe welcomed or accepted, or maybe someone else will be taking them from you. I don't know. I'm just like trying to think of like how to use this oracle in the sense of like these cards. Ignore the preceding. In between the Knight, the Alchemist of Earth is Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Ignore the preceding. To ignore what is to come, maybe. Knight of Earth. I'm trying to think what the Knight of Earth is. I forget a lot of the time. The quartz. The quartz hate me in terms of that. And then we had like the Five of Pentacles, which is about, not really a great card, but it's like, you know, needing support, needing to rely on others, in my opinion. We have the Far Out with the Fool and the Six of Pentacles. Far out, dude. It's very 60s. This is very 60s, or actually rather 70s, right? It was originally published in 1970. We have What Are You Feeling Now with the Magician and the Queen of Water. Interesting. Or rather, the Queen of Cups. What are you feeling now? Drink Gold. The Sun and Judgment. Interesting. I do actually like Drink Gold in terms of like the sun. So like drink in your abundance. I wonder, here, Drink Gold. Of the various rainbow colored energies that are playing in the cosmos, concentrate on the golden ones, for they have positive effect. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was like thinking drinking in your abundance with the sun. You want to drink in the positive energies. It also says here, perhaps you could manifest the Philosopher's Stone or attain spiritual enlightenment, which makes sense in terms of the Judgment card, because Judgment is supposed to be about awakening, right? Typically, it's about acceptance, accept where you've been, where you're coming from, and where you're going, kind of thing. So I feel like that's really good in that sense, actually. Then we have what's happening with the Nine of Cups in the world. Yeah, what is happening? What is happening? You're being wishful about your future, about what you're completing for your future. Don't worry, you can do no wrong. In between the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Interesting. This is definitely going to be an interesting pairing, I think. Who is watching the cosmic drama? Oh, God. In between two cup cards. Wow. This is very... I feel like there's like drama in between. This I consider like a friendship card. This is more of a partnership card. So what are we watching unfolding between friends and partners? Interesting. You are experiencing a legitimate feeling. With the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords. Oh my God. Wow. So we have like, I wouldn't say really despair, but like more of a feeling of like discouragement, sadness with the Five of Cups. And then we have the pretty much, this is like emotional feeling. This is like mental feeling. So like mental anguish, mental pain. And apparently it's illegitimate. I guess it's like you're feeling this in the moment, but now it's time to move on. Like it's time to heal and just put your ducks in a row kind of thing. Like too much is too much, I guess. We have Mushroom with the Seven of Wands in the Tower. What does Mushroom say? I want to see what Mushroom says. Let's see. Where is Mushroom? Mushroom. Okay. Here, Mushroom. Expansion. An intricate geometric color realm lays way beyond the highest mountain, far to the southeast. It is a space of wonder and awe where the gods and goddesses reveal their presence. Generally, mushrooms are considered a mystical food, so the appearance of this card in a reading could be a greeting from higher realms. Often the mushroom refers to the goddess, the spirit of the forest, the little people, and other such creatures. What? Okay, anyway. The mushroom may also represent a phallic symbol and the source of power. I like the aspect of expansion. Expanding beyond. Seven of Wands is typically about defense. I always mix up 7 and 9. No, maybe it's about resiliency. Resiliency or defending yourself. I like the aspect of resiliency though, like expanding your resilient nature in the face of chaos and like tragedy or abrupt change in terms of like the Tower. Yeah, I do like that actually. So yes. Okay, and then last one, and then I'll do the other two that I have for the Clarity Tarot. So Down Home Funk. with the Eight of Wands and the Emperor. I don't know what down home funk means, to be very honest with you. Here, down home funk. The place in the center of Shambhalaya or any other paradise might seem to be far away because we are looking from the wrong dimension. Paradise could lie where the forces of the universe are balanced in contentment and harmony. So I guess, like, I want to say a place that makes us happy, a place that we call home, a place that, yeah, a place that makes us happy pretty much. And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is about movements, quick actions, quick decisions. And then we have the Emperor, which is about leadership and structure, obedience, authority. So maybe this could be about moving forward towards a structure or position that leaves us in a state of happiness with the down home funk, where, or happiness, or rather bliss, like a state of bliss with what we surround ourselves with. Maybe that's the way I can put it in that sense. I think that makes sense in my opinion. Okay, let's move on to the next deck that I have to pair with the Clarity Tarot. Okay, then I have this deck. It's called the Fantod Pack by Edward Gorey. It is published by Pomegranate Books, Pomegranate Publishing. I don't know. I got this off of Amazon for like, I don't know, $10 Canadian or something, $12 Canadian, something of the sort. It's a really weird deck. It comes without rounded corners. So I did mod this deck. I rounded the corners in just like a small, the smallest one that you can use on the, I bought the same corner rounder that Dawn Michelle uses in her mods. So I used the smallest one that's on there. There's like a small, medium, and large. And yeah, I thought this might go really well with this one because it's also white and black. But this one's really weird, like really, really weird. It does come with a guidebook. I haven't really used this deck, to be fairly honest with you, and it just comes with keywords. So each card comes with just a list of keywords, and that's really it. So we have, I think they're still in order, actually. I don't think I shuffled this. Yeah, I haven't shuffled it. I haven't even used this yet. I haven't even like shown it on my channel. This is like the first time I've shown it on my channel because I never filmed a video for it because it's like so small. How many cards is in this? This was published as a limited edition in 1995 and was long out of print. There's only 20 cards in it. But yeah, so we have the ladder in between. Oh, I should probably change this since we already talked about this in the other card. In between the Nine of Wands and the Hierophant. So the ladder has different keywords like Tuesday, slander, reversals, creeping sickness, a forged will, insomnia, loss of hair, detention, theft, cafard, jealousy, an accident in a restaurant, in a nation, which no idea. So I would say like Nine of Wands. I always do this. 9 and 7 of Wands. I always like mix them up all the time. One of them is about resiliency. The other one's about defense. Or maybe they're both that. I don't know. Hold on. Let me just double check because honestly, I always do this all the time. And then I'm like, I don't actually know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, resilience, pushing forward, last stretch. And then Seven of Wands, standing your ground, defensiveness, maintaining control. Okay, so resiliency is this, and then standing your ground is the 7. I knew it was something like that. I always mess everything up. So we have the ladder in between resilience and the Hierophant, which is about learning and things like that. So from this, I'm going to say we have like that aspect of like accidents, or in my opinion, like a challenge of some sort. And I feel like with a ladder, there's, if you think of like the game, like Snakes and Ladders or Chutes and Ladders or whatever the hell you want to call that game. But in the sense, I feel like it's like things will happen, you will climb up and then maybe fall down and then try to climb up again. But you need to keep that resilience form, like that resilient form, that things happen for a reason and you're going somewhere with them. You just have to learn from the experiences of constantly having to climb up and then falling down and climbing up again until you reach like a certain level that you're trying to reach with the ladder. You know, how tall is this ladder? Is it a short ladder? Is it a tall ladder? How many steps do you need to go up of it, climb up in order to reach the top of the ladder, kind of thing. And you need to learn from your experiences that maybe this ladder or going up the ladder is not always going to bring the best things forward that you need. And sometimes you learn that as you climb, right? So I feel like that's what that's saying. Then we have the Child. Like, look how creepy this is. I love this deck though. Look what is so random. This is I found this deck so randomly. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what I was even looking up to find this deck. It was like the most randomest thing of life. So we have the Child in between both 10 of Wands and 10 of Cups, which I find is very interesting. But the aspect of family, the Child, and then the aspect of boundaries, being overwhelmed. The Child can mean several things. It could mean September, denigration, styes, hallucinations, breakage. It's very negative, this guidebook. Loss of use, rust, crawling sickness, an obstacle, forced restraint, aberrations, and I don't even know what this last word is, but yeah, very, very negative, this deck. I guess from it, I could say, like, maybe you could either say, like, especially with the lost youth thing, this could be like an inner child thing where you're trying to find a sense of like your inner child in between the overwhelming nature of adulthood, encompassed with the sense of family that you might be seeking for, in that sense. So that could be something that comes up with this particular reading. And we have the Limb, which again, very negative, the keywords. My sense, like, this is supposed to be like a very depressing deck, I think, in my opinion. But it's in between the 8 of Coins and then Temperance. We have, okay, what do we have? For the Limb, we have February, miscarriage of justice, gapes, a forged snapshot, morbid sensations, a useless sacrifice, alopecia, generalized calamity, I don't know, broken promises, ignominy. I don't even know what half these words are or when this was even written, but an accident in a theater, fugues, and poverty. I don't know. This is so weird. I feel like the Limb, I feel, is an extension of yourself. Then we have like the aspect of mastery of skills with the 8 of Coins. mastery of skills, your plan, like brushing up on your skills, learning a new skill. And then we have temperance, which in my opinion is like moderation, a balance of some sort. So maybe you're looking for an extension of yourself in regards to how you learn, in terms of learning new skills, but at the same time you want to be moderate in a sense of not taking on too many new skills. You want to learn a skill at a time. You want to find a balance between that. Find something that you can, I guess, that you can use often. And obviously this limb is a leg, and we use our legs, I guess, to walk and run and do things. So maybe this could be like a sense of like usefulness, in a sense, like making sure that the skills that you're taking on or looking into have a useful nature in them. I have no idea. I'm like literally making stuff up in my head, I think, with this deck, because this deck is so weird. Then we have the yellow bird, but this is a black and white deck, so there's no actual color in this. And it's in between the Two of Wands with the Devil, which is very interesting. Yellow bird, keywords: Saturday, true love thrown away, peak, foot trouble, mania, baratry, an accident on a ladder. Which is funny because we had ladder the first card. Indiscretion, bone disease, thwarted ambitions, poison, an unforeseen catastrophe, and then complication. I swear this deck is so strange. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about planning. Then the Devil is typically about addiction, trapping yourself in unfavorable circumstances, I guess. Tuning into or accepting things that you wouldn't necessarily go after, I guess, in that sense. And I don't know, how would I want to think about the yellow bird? I guess I would want to say that okay, what about this? Thwarted ambitions. Okay, so we have the sense that, you know, you have an ambition in nature, and then the Devil typically is you give into things that allow you to get distracted, like distractions that in a sense thwart your ambitions or put you off track. In a sense, you're trying to plan for where you're headed, where you're going, your goals, in a sense, your passions, your creativity, creative projects, things like that. But you are thwarting yourself out of that because of your own, because you're too much in your head with the Devil. So it's really about you need to refocus yourself in order to get back on track. Yeah, I think that's good. I think I'm going to keep it there and not do any more of this deck, because this deck, I really need to. So weird. This deck is so weird. Yeah. It's glossy, by the way. It's a glossy deck. But what is this? The tunnel, and then we have this random card at the end. So yeah, I think I'm just I have one more deck. Kim Kranz deck that I think might go well. It brings in more of an animal energy into this. I think it would, and it's not as, I guess, abstract in the sense of like her archetype. I think her archetypes deck would probably go well with this. But I think I'm going to wait to see that with the pocket edition, because the regular size is just overly large, and I feel like these cards are already like Oracle size, and I feel like the oracle would just take up everything, like the whole space, in my opinion. So yeah, let's see the animal. What is it? Pocket Animal Spirit by Kim Krans. Okay, so then I went with the Wild Unknown Pocket Animal Spirit deck and guidebook by Kim Krans. I do have the full-size edition. You could probably do the full-size edition since it's more tarot size, and it would look great probably in between, but I went with the pocket edition. There's no keywords on the cards, so I'll probably I do heavily rely on the guidebook for this particular deck. For like keywords and things, or like meanings and whatnot with this particular deck. But I feel like because it's line drawn, like shading and like line drawn and like dots and things like that, I feel like it would go well with this particular deck, and they look aesthetically very pleasing together. So I thought it would be really nice. And then occasionally there's like the pops of color that Kim Krans is known for with watercolor. So I feel like it'll just bring something different to the reading in a sense. So we have Raccoon in between the Three of Wands and the Lovers. I don't know specifically what this one's called, but this is part of the is it Earth? Earth? Water? Yeah, I think it's Earth. Yes, Earth. Okay, let's see. Raccoon here. Talented, shadowy, and hiding is what it says. And then when in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. Okay, so we have organization and being focused. And then we have the Lover. So we have like decisions, choices that we need to be made in regards to like relationships of some sort. It could be a partnership also in terms of like connections or connecting. So I feel like in a sense that perhaps maybe you need to come to terms or make a decision, or you have a choice that you need to make in regards to how you want to organize where it is you're headed. So with the raccoon, you know, the fact that you're talented. So you're talented at being creative, but where are you headed with that? Like, where do you want to go in that particular instance? Like, where is your creativity taking you? That kind of sense. Then we have the Tiger, which is part of the fire suit. Fire. No, that's water. Here we go. Tiger. So Tiger in between the Four of Wands and the Chariot. So the Tiger signifies lunar force, ease in darkness, feminine energy. When in balance, passionate, strong, sensual. When out of balance, overstimulated. And to bring into balance, you want to do some candle gazing, apparently. So in terms of the Four of Wands, so celebrating. Chariot is about movement, it's about going forward. So perhaps let's see. It says fear nothing. So perhaps with the Tiger, it's more about going forward, celebrating how far you've come, going forward without fear. So not letting your fears get the better of you, of keep going, you know, not letting your fears keep you from going forward, but also, what's the word? Keep you back, I guess. I can't think of the word right now, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Like from not letting fear hold you back. That's what I was trying to say. Not letting fear hold you back from going forward, and not letting fear hold you back from celebrating how far you've come so far. Oh my God, words are so hard right now. I'm like exhausted. I've been like talking for like ever, for like hours. Okay, then we have Cobra, which is also in the fire suit. Here, Cobra. In between the Five of Wands and the Star. So we have like competition, conflict, in between like hope, self-discovery, self-development. Cobra stands for pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. It says, when life in balance, a student of life, humble, wise. When out of balance, know-it-all, egocentric. And then to bring into balance, take a class or study. This makes sense in terms of the Five of Wands. We come off as we know everything. So we come off as we know everything, but that creates conflict in a sense because we let our egos drive us rather than being a little bit more humble and allowing us to be more internal with ourselves. Taking the time to pause what we are doing, learn more about life, be open to different perspectives, and just allow us to build our own development, like be more self-aware, I guess, with ourselves with the Star. So yeah, that's how I see those particularly together. Okay, let's do one more and then that's it for that. Ooh, fire ant. Oh, another fire one. Right, that's a fire, yeah. Here's the fire ant. Nope, that's hyena. Here we go, fire ant. Okay, so we have fire ant in between the Six of Wands and the Four of Swords. So fire ant is aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. So when in balance, thoughtful and disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips, and then to bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. Then we have the Six of Wands, which is typically about victory, success. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is typically about rest. So I think it's about maybe taking the time to be a little bit more individual, I guess, be by yourself and take time to reevaluate. So the Four of Swords can also be about reevaluating, taking time to recuperate your energy and reevaluate things for yourself. So reevaluate the way you are thinking. That way you can change your thinking in a way that allows you to be more successful in what it is you want to accomplish. And I'm going to leave it with that message. And yes. So that was the Clarity Tarot that Watkins sent me to review, as well as the Morgan's Tarot, which is actually an oracle that I bought to pair with this particular deck. Now, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the pairings. If you have any other pairings that you think would go well with the Clarity Tarot specifically, let me know. This is an oracle. I don't really pair oracle and oracle, so really I would look for more options for this tarot deck. If there's any, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you thought about both of these decks. Are these things that you would bring into your collection? Why not? Love to hear from you no matter what. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated and helps me in the long run. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have a great day.